To start this channel, we're just going to pick a familiar rendition of the Ten Commandments. And I just want to make a statement here. When you read the New Testament and you see Jesus quoting the Ten Commandments, note that there are two renditions of the Ten Commandments that are in the Old Testament. One of them is in Exodus, and another one is in Deuteronomy. The one that Christ quotes from is the Deuteronomy rendition, and that's something that we can go into more deeply at another time. I just want you to keep that in mind here. We're using the Exodus list, but for some reason that we can study later, Christ quotes the Deuteronomy list. Commandment number 1, you shall have no other gods before me. Society has normalized any number of philosophical points of view and various religious points of view where people consider themselves to be God. They've made themselves God. Apparently, to these people, the point of life is to make yourself happy and achieve your goals. It's all over pop psychology, it's all over advertising, it's all about you. What you want, what you can achieve, and it's wrapped in this wonderful silky bow of self. What they, that is society at large, and many preachers, do not tell you is that your obligation, as is given in the scripture, is that the whole duty of man is to serve God, not yourself. When Jesus is asked to summarize all of the commandments, he says it's two things. Love God with all your mind, strength, and heart, and secondly, love your neighbor as yourself. So, yourself is at the end of the commandment. It might be, let's say, the reference point for measuring love, but it is not the object of love. One of the objects of love is God. The other object of love is your neighbor. Your first allegiance is to God, your second allegiance is to love your neighbor as you love yourself. We'll call the love of your neighbor and yourself as an equivalency. Therefore, God has first place for your love, and there's a tie for second place between your neighbor and yourself. So there you have it. You shall have no other gods before me is commandment 1. I think very briefly I've demonstrated popular society has endorsed abandonment of commandment number 1.